So again, you never get on them. And here we are in Atlantic City. This is called inspector training. Okay? Must be structurally sound, must be kept painted, and this ladder's so low. What tends to happen to these low ladders? They get hit by trucks. Okay? So they must be up. So, before you get closer, must be structurally sound, must be kept painted. So what's one of the things you're not going to write them up on this one?
Paint.
Right? Because it's got more paint than rust. It can have a little bit of rust.
Got a little rust.
You know what I'm saying? If it's 50-50, they're going to lose. But if it's 75-25, that means they can use a spot paint job. Then you can't write a spot violation, you know, a rust. But now let's look at things. First of all, let's look for stuff, right? One, is this ladder straight or bent?
It's bent this way. Bent.
So look at it, come this way.
It's bent.
It's bent, so meaning what?
Oh yeah, now you can
Now look straight up. Now
yeah.
use your eagle eyes, guys, straight up. You see any rotten material, any holes in the steel structure?
Yes. A lot.
Okay, so is this fire escape structurally sound?
No.
Do you know enough, or do you need a third-party examination?
Third party.
Now look in that corner up there. Look at where the thing goes into the building. Is it cemented into the building in all three, or is all three full of holes? No cement on this bottom platform. Straight ahead.
That's definitely got a hole in the
Right,
middle.
but look at this one.
It's rotten.
Look at this one.
It's missing.
It's missing the cement. It's missing cement and missing cement. So what's that mean for the first platform that takes everybody, including your firemen?
Right. It's not
Life safety or dangerous building?
dangerous building.
Okay. So you guys need to have a dangerous building division. Now let's take a look at the treads. Look straight up at the treads, because now you're looking for any dangling treads. Any rust in any of them? Any dangling treads? Okay. Who's gonna?
But you can see rust underneath.
Right. You can see rust in the connections. All right. Now let's look up to the other platform up there. Do you see anything mysterious up there? That and it gets hard. It gets hard as it goes up. So
Yeah, you would need
will you
binoculars
need?
to get a close look, but
But do you need to go all the way to the top floor? You already have a painted structure with a bent ladder and cement missing out of the first platform. What more do you need? You want to get on it? You want to go open the door and let's crawl out the second floor and peekaboo and carry these?
Don't have to.
Right? This is third-party tools.
Right.
You guys will never need to get on the fire escape. And now let's take a look at original hardware or new hardware. So is it square head bolts you see or hex head bolts? Square. So these are 50 to 75-year-old bolts. You're gonna take an opinion on them or you want a load test? All right, so if I came in here and I was watching a vendor and he took out all those bolts and removed all the rust on the treads, and then the connection at the very top of the string and at the very bottom of the string you put in all new, do I need to load test this staircase for you? If I put in all brand new fasteners, remove all 100% of the rust, or have I given you other evidence of strength?
I would say yes. Load
Okay,
test.
I come in and I see that connections into the wall. I'm gonna cement shut all of those. I'm gonna put a hole next to it, 6 inches away, and I'm gonna put a new epoxy bolt into the building. I don't care about these originals. And I'm gonna bury the new epoxy bolt 8 to 12 inches deep into the wall. And I'm gonna reconnect it back to these fasteners. So you're gonna get brand new master connections. These are gonna be the slaves, right? Do you want me to load test the platforms now?
Yeah.
Well, I just gave you no connections. Why would you? If I change all the fasteners on the platform,
I don't know, but I want to load test.
but if I give you new, see, the question is, depending on the structural condition, a load test may be ordered. So I have an either or with your department. If I refurbish it in its entirety, there is no load test. That's the national norm.
Okay.
So so back to the question, I change all the fasteners on this platform,
So no.
and I drill a new epoxy bolt into every support. I fix the old ones going in to make sure that they're closed so nothing's getting back into those. So now I'm at 200% into the building, 100% new fasteners, no square head bolts left on this structure. Do I need to load test the platform?
No.
Perfect. Now let's talk about this
I
ladder.
got a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Now, that new connection there.
Yeah,
Did
there's
you
a...
say that's epoxied in, or you have no way to know that?
Okay, and what's it, Patrick?
Pat.
Hey, Pat, look at this one. Quick one. This is a very good question. He says they've already done that, Cisco. Looks like they put new epoxy bolts there. I need to on the
There, see that
platform?
Yeah.
the angles are
There's
rebolted
angles.
in?
Yes, I see that.
Those look to me like expansion bolts, not epoxy bolts. And as soon as we open it up, we'll know. We'll see
And
immediately.
they're not legal on a fire escape.
Never can have an expansion bolt into a structure. Okay. So the last piece, we do this all the way to the end. Now let's get over here And the only thing left, we straighten out this ladder, right? The ladder gets unbent, goes back higher so no trucks hit it. And see all that cable, that old scraggly cable? I put a new cable on there for you. I take that pinwheel up there, which is made of cast, it's just now brittle, and I give you a new cable, a new pinwheel up there, new. And then the tie back into the building, I epoxy it back into the building or do whatever. Do you want me? And then I put a chain release on this so that nobody can pull it down and break into the building. It's called a release arm on the ladder. And when you release the ladder in the future, it falls by itself 2 to 3 feet per second, or you assist it very lightly and she comes down and stays down. Do I need to load test this ladder? So if you refurbish the ladder on the 1028.6 and refurbish the stairs and the platform, there is no load test. If I change all the bolts on this fire escape, re-epoxy it back into the building, change the cables and everything, and sort of refurbish it 100%, I don't have to load test this for the next 15 to 25 years because that's the life of a bolt. 25 years from now, can you order a new load test?
Yes.
Or I can do what with this fire escape?
Refurbish.
Change all the bolts again.
All the bolts.
Change the cable again.
But can we order a load test if we come back?
Oh,
10
if you're a
years,
mean
if
guy
we come
and-
back 10 years from now,
And they
didn't
haven't
do any
painted.
maintenance on it, they didn't paint it, and we start to see rust, and we can order a load test.
Load,
right?
you can order a load test if you're just mean.
Okay.
If you don't like the guy and you're like, yeah, great job of refurbishing, spending thousands of dollars. I didn't have my Wheaties this morning. I want a load test. The answer is yes.
So I was mean when I ordered a load test.
Yes, you were being mean, but you can be.
Hey, your dad thought you were the nice guy.
So guys, never get on. So is this a life safety or a dangerous building? And look at some of the bolts that hold the ladder. And there's some little minor welds on the side. If somebody grabs
Bolts
this
are
ladder,
gone and they welded it instead.
right, and it's popping. So this is that thing. If some guy tries to use this ladder, can it fall away? And if that cable snaps with that weight, is that weight controlled in any way without falling on your head?
No.
Got it? So great piece, great class. This is
Now, would you
Fire Escape
rework
Academy.
That ladder, or would you just? They would have to put a new ladder.
These
Is that
ladders are
okay?
great. Look, the ladder pops through and it's welded, right, on the outside. So these are they're fail-proof. They can't fail because they pop through. So the ladder can be reused. If it's just welded and a
Even
butt
as
weld,
bent up as it is, you could straighten that.
oh, you can straighten. Put that on the ground. We'll straighten it right up. Okay. All right, guys.